Hey, what's up, hood folk? This is Jeremy. This is my second time recording this video. Y'all, the reason I say that because I recorded this video earlier today and the video was an hour and 15 minutes. And I was like, God, that's too long. I didn't even have enough memory on the damn camera to edit out the video. They was like, you got to free up space to edit out this video. And I was like, oh, shit. So I'm going to tell y'all this story again again. But this time I'm gonna comprise this bitch and make it smaller, make it short. I'm gonna cut out a lot of unnecessary details, even though the details to me made the story make sense. But I'm gonna cut it out a little bit. All right, so let's try this again. And also, before we get into this video, Rashard will be editing out this video. So anything you hear in this video, you can't be saying, "Oh my God, could be me. I want to work with Rashard." He editing out the video. Do it for the hood folk. Yeah. So y'all, as I make this video, it is September the 11th, 2025. Y'all, I can remember September the 11th, 2001. I was 19 years old and I was in college, and it was a day like it is right now. Clear skies, blue. The temperature was not hot, but it wasn't cool. It felt like I still gotta have the air conditioning on. And I was in Alabama, and I remember going to the school because that day we was getting our Pell Grant check. If you know anything about college, they get Pell Grant checks or whatever. So I was getting my Pell Grant check, and I was so excited. And in my car, I didn't have it ain't like it is now. So I had to put the CD player, like the actual CD player, and connect it to the little tape player, this right here. And I had ran out of batteries, so I had to turn the radio on to listen to the radio. And when the radio was playing, there's a whole lot of just a whole bunch of gibberish, like government stuff. And I was like, what the fuck is this going on here? And when I got to the school to get my check, then somebody at the school told me that there was some planes that crashed into some buildings. So I was like, oh hell. So to make a long story short, ever since September the 11th, y'all, life has been weird. It ain't been the same. So it's for me, for my age group. Now, I don't know if you're older than me, you might have a different event, but for where I am at 43, life has not been the same since September 11th, for real. But anyway, that's what it is. So I don't know about y'all, but today just feels so eerie. It just feels like eerie. Like even in 2001, when I got back home that evening on September the 11th, 2001, it was just an eerie feeling because Aaliyah had just died and the atmosphere was all like depressing. And then the September the 11th stuff was depressing. And then it's sunny outside and literally the sky looked exactly like it looked in 2001. It just felt eerie. I just feel eerie. Like, you know, even with scrolling down social media today, it's just depressing and eerie. And I was like, oh my God, So I decided after this morning that I was going to tell y'all this story because I was in the closet. No pun intended. But I was in the closet looking for something else. And I came across this. If you've been following my channel since 2020, y'all know all about these boots. I have never worn these boots before. I like the smell of new shoes. But anyway, these boots are still brand new. Never been worn. No dirt or nothing. Still in the box. But I came across these boots this morning and I decided that I was going to tell y'all this story time that I promised to tell a long time ago. And listen, if y'all notice, I've been skimming back on pro-black stuff because it's depressing, y'all. It's just too much. So I noticed that a lot of gossipy and whoo, let me get some dirt. That kind of stuff makes a lot of money. But if you doing like, you know, like our commentary just laughing and joking and talking about dumb shit and crazy funny stuff, then that's kind of like boring to people. But like I said, Rashard is gonna edit out this video, so it ain't gonna be no secretive. And when I recorded this video earlier, like 2 hours ago, this video was so long, like an hour and like 15 minutes, like I said. And I was like, damn, it was just too much. So I'm gonna try to, like I said, cut this video down. Even now, I've been talking for 2 minutes and 15 seconds, and I ain't said the topic yet. In 2020, let me go on right to the point. In 2020, Rashard and we moved to Greenville, South Carolina. So when I got to Greenville, I ain't know nobody. I ain't have no associates, no friends, no family, no nothing. Now, Rashard family stayed closer to him in North Carolina, but still, we didn't have nobody that we really knew. We just took like a gamble and just moved to South Carolina because it was a different setup, a different vibe, a different everything. So when we get to Carolina, I noticed that no beef with Greenville, because when we went back to Greenville earlier this summer, I like Greenville, the setup, the layout of Greenville. It's just there's something about the people there I just didn't mesh with. So one of my homies from Dallas had told me that, well, since you're new in the city and you know Rashard work away from the house and you work at home, you could just go on some sites, you know, and meet up with people. And I said, well, if you go to them sites, that's for hookup. He said, no, just make your Jack profile and make sure you put on your profile that you just only looking for friends. And I said, oh, okay, I'm gonna try it. Talked to Rashard. He was cool with it. He knew everything about me on Jack, and it was nothing malice. My whole profile was no sex. It was all about networking, friendships, connection. That's it. Nothing sexual. Even in my profile, I put no sex. My description, not looking for sex. Everything was not looking for sex. Now, on my profile, I had a picture of my face, but it was kind of like really covering my mouth. But you can see my face. I had my actual stats, everything who I am, and again, no sex. I had met somebody on this site and we hit it off. This guy was younger than me, way younger than me, and we hit it off real good. But over time, things fell apart. We stopped talking to each other. I got, you know, like, oh, it didn't go right. But I had liked him as a friend, but it just went sour. Fast forward. Ooh, I'm getting through this fast. But fast forward, it comes down to like the last of August of 2020. And I was on Jack this one day and I was just bored. Rashard was at work and I was texting him and I was bored. And I was just like, oh man, I got nothing to do, nobody really to hang out with, and I don't know nobody in this bitch. And remember, this is in the middle of the pandemic. So it wasn't like people were just out sociable. Everybody was locked in place, sheltered in place. So I had saw this guy profile, and mind you, another thing, I was sending messages to people all over Greenville, Spartanburg, all the way up to Charlotte, all the way down to Atlanta. And a lot of people are stuck up. A lot of people in this community is so stuck up and so dry, and there's no personality. And just, I mean, I feel like 95% of the people on the site are looking for fucking. So I respect that. So I'm not hitting you up. I'm not trying to create conversations with you. I'm not trying to talk to you. And then there's got a whole nother set of people that just collect pictures. I want to see a face picture. Send me a face picture. If you don't got a face picture, don't reply to me. And I'm like, some of these face pictures, y'all motherfuckers need to put a bag over your face and leave your ass hanging out, because the faces don't even look that good. And I'm not trying to serve the best looking motherfucker, but I'm not on there crying about face pictures. Anyway, now, so this guy, we're going to call him Boots. We're going to call him Boots. For the duration of the story, we're going to call him Boots, because I might say his real name, but I had Rashard, if I say his real name, edit that part out. But we're going to call him Boots. All right, so I had saw this guy. At the time, he was 42, 43. And at the time in 2020, I was 38, I think 38. And so I wanted to be friends with people around my age. I don't want to be friends with people who way younger than me. You know, I'm 30, you 15. Well, not 15, that's way too young. Well, I'm 30, you 20. I'm 39, and you 20, like, you know, whatever. So his profile, I'm paraphrasing, his profile was something in the nature of, he's only attracted to pretty boys. He only like pretty boys. I'm only to pretty boys. And I don't like no big boys, no fat boys, no nothing. If you don't go by the gym 4 or 5 days a week, you don't know how to dress, he's not interested in dating. But other than that, I would be friends with anybody, no matter how you look, but for his friendship. But for his dating, you gotta be a pretty boy. So I wrote him a message, paraphrasing, saying something like, hey, what's up, man? I went by the gym today, but I passed that motherfucker. I didn't stop. I went and got me a dozen of donuts from Krispy Kreme. How you doing today? So then I saw that he had read the message and looked at my profile. But again, like I said, I was sending messages to so many people on, you know, just chatting or whatever. And most people didn't reply back. And I said, oh, he just another one. Now, mind you, this dude is light-skinned, pretty boy. Put you in the mind of Apollo. You remember the woman from the Housewives? Oh, I can't think her name. The Parks. Bobby Brown old attorney, her husband, I put a picture right here. He put you in the mind of that dude there. I'm not attracted to pretty boy. If you're a pretty boy, you get your toes done, pedicure, Medicaid. If you one of them pretty types, you gotta go every time you go to the store, you gotta get dressed up, you gotta put a new outfit on just to go to the damn gate. No. I like motherfuckers that look like they'll eat a damn mayonnaise sandwich. A motherfucker that know how to put a fucking carburetor on a car. A motherfucker that know how to go up under the counter and say, hey, you need a new garbage disposal. We need to go and hook them PVC pipes up. You know, that kind of motherfucker like that. A motherfucker that put the box fan in one. I don't give a fuck. I'm finna go to sleep. Fuck this shit. You know, I like country motherfucker. And Rashard. I like Rashard, damn. But I just said, you know, he ain't gonna reply back or whatever. Later on that night, I was on the phone with Rashard and I got a message from him. And the message was a whole lot of laughing faces. And then he had said something like, bruh, you so damn crazy. He said, man, I had a rough ass day. And when I saw that message, you said, bro, I laughed so hard, you crazy hell. What's up, man? My name is Boots. He said his real name. And so we got to chatting. We talked to each other. We socialized. We had good conversations. And what I liked about him was he was around my age. He was 100% pro-black. He wasn't a coon. He was a real ass dude, you know, real dude. I told him about me and Rashard. He respected that. And plus, he was into pretty boys. You know, like Chris Brown when he first came out, like that kind of look. You know, that's the kind of me he was into, like pretty boys. And then I like. So over the time, we talked to each other a lot. We socialized, messaged each other. We eventually exchanged numbers. Rashard knew about all this, so it ain't no secret. And then later on in October, he ended up coming to Greenville because he didn't live in Greenville. So he came to Greenville and we met up at this little pizza restaurant. Now he told me that he was going to meet up with a guy and they about to go on a date. But before he meet up with the guy, he wanted to hang out with me and Rashard. So we went to the little pizza restaurant, and when he came in, we went back and forth to roast each other. We were talking about each other. He was calling me fat this. I was talking about his face, how lit up his face is. His face look like sunrise in the morning, sunset in the evening, motherfucker. You know, just a whole bunch of cracking jokes and talking shit. So after that, he ended up leaving, going on his date, and me and Rashard went out to the falls. In Greenville, they got these falls, this big ass waterfall, and we just sat it down. We was drinking and just talking and having fun, thinking about our lives and all this bullshit or whatever. So then after that, Rashard and I, we had went on back to the house. And by the time we got to the house, Boots hit me up and say, hey man, what y'all doing? I'm at my room, y'all still out? So he ended up asking us to come over to his room, hang out with him. And when we got to his room, he had some wine and this and that. And he told us all about the date. He's like, man, the date was cool. But the dude, he just didn't have no personality. He wasn't fun. And I had told him that I had met y'all before I came on a date. And I had told him how me and you was cracking jokes with each other. And I was calling you big, this and that. And he didn't even laugh at none of the jokes. He was like, you don't know a person's health conditions. It's not good to talk about people if they're not here to defend themselves. And he was like, N-word, no personality. He's like, ugh. So we had a good time. So we just kept texting each other, calling each other, talking a lot, cracking jokes, being friends, and we were developing a friendship. So I like that. Every time he go on a date, he'd tell me, man, I'm going on this date with this man. I'm going on a date with this guy. And it was just a good vibe, a good atmosphere. So come along, Black Friday 2020. Black Friday 2020, I wanted to wear this little blue outfit. I don't know, I probably still got this outfit in the damn closet. I never worn because I be buying all this shit offline and don't be wearing it like, you know, and be wasting money and shit, wearing the same clothes over and over again. Y'all see the video, the same stuff over and over again because I hate clothes. But anyway, I'm online on my computer on Black Friday. Going through lugs.com, a lot of different places have a lot of stuff on sale. And so I had found, I wanted a pair of these blue lug boots. And I'm on the computer trying to find these boots, and he had hit me up like, what you doing? And I like, then he's like, let me talk to you about something. So he was telling me about a date. Then he was talking about some kind of business idea. We were just generally talking. And then he was like, man, what you doing? You beating on that damn computer? And I said, man, I'm looking at these lug boots that I want. He's like, lug boots? Jared, but what year this here? 1997? Don't nobody wear lug boots no more. I'm like, fuck you, sunshine. And I had sent him a link of the boots that I wanted. And he was cracking jokes with me, talking about, man, don't nobody wear no lug Lugs no more. I said, well, obviously they do because they really were sold out. Lugs.com, they were sold out. Amazon, they were sold out. Other places that I was looking online, the boots were sold the fuck out. And I was like, that's some bullshit. So after that, he had sent me a link to some boots that I could, man, you ought to get these boots. Try these out. These look good on you, whatever. Bruh, I'm not finna spend no $500, $400, $600 on no goddamn boots. I'm not finna do that, y'all. Y'all, I don't even wear shoes like that. My favorite shoes are flip-flops. But I'm not finna spend no $600 on no boots. And I told him that, he was like, oh man, don't be cheap. I was like, I ain't being cheap. It's just that if I was gonna wear these shoes a lot, wear these boots a lot, then yeah, I'd do that, but I'm not. So he told me that he was coming to Greenville next week, earlier that week, because he had another little date. Some little guy he's gonna go hang out with. So when that week came, me and Rashard did a video on YouTube on Sloppy Joe's. I did the video on Sloppy Joe. When we did this video, it was raining this day. And so Rashard was finna go to work and I was finna be sitting at home looking ugly by myself. And I didn't want to do that though, but I ain't had no other choice. So Boots had came to Greenville. When Boots got to Greenville, he had hit me up and say that, me and the guy, we went out for breakfast, but it wasn't about shit. What you and Rashard doing? Let's go get us a drink. And I was like, well, Rashard finna go to work. And he was like, well, keep the truck and meet me out somewhere. We go hang out. And I said, man, Rashard finna drive the truck to work. And he said, well, I'll come pick you up, bro. He had a 2-door car. What is I'm gonna do with that 2-door car? I said, man, what is I'm gonna do? You gonna put half of me in the front and the other half in the truck? Man, I can't fit in the last car. So he said, well, ask Rashard if he comfortable with me coming to y'all house. And I was like, okay, I asked him. So Rashard said it was cool. It was no beef. He gets to our house. When he gets to our house, Rashard get ready to go to work. Rashard was there putting his clothes on to go to work. And I was in the kitchen fixing Rashard some more of that Sloppy Joe to take to work with him. And so Boots and I was just sitting there engaging in conversation, cracking jokes and whatever. So Rashard ended up leaving. I gave Rashard a hug. I gave him a kiss, all this kind of stuff. Boots was like, oh, y'all so cute. Like, Boots, get a damn life, man. So me and Boots there sat there in the living room. If y'all can remember, we had that big ass sectional. I sat on one end of the sectional. He sat on the other end of the sectional. So we just sat there engaged in conversation, cracking jokes, talking shit, talking pro-black, watching different stuff on TV, and just vibing and drinking and whatever. Eventually, I gave Boots some of the Sloppy Joe too. And he was like, bro, this is good as hell. I haven't had Sloppy Joes in a lot of long years. I don't eat like this. I don't eat Sloppy Joe no more. Whatever. After we hung out all the time, he got up and said, I'm about to roll out. Now, mind you, it still was raining and what have you. By the time he left my apartment, Rashard was on his way back home. So a couple hours later, I had text Boots and said, man, I'm just checking to see that you make it home. I had a good time hanging out with you today, whatever. He's like, yeah, man, I made it home. I'll hit you up later on in the week. All right, cool. Mind you, every time me and Boots talk to each other, it's always fat jokes. You fat this, you big this, big Bruce, just whatever. And I'm cracking jokes about how light his face is. It's just a lot of insults. He hit me up, what's up, fat boy? What's up, Bruce? Get up out that damn bed, Bruce, and go walking. Cool. After we met up that second time, a couple days or so later, I got a message from him, Grand Rising King. And I looked at the message, Grand Rising King, what the fuck? And I replied back to him, I said, man, I think you sent this to the wrong king. He said, no, I sent it to you, fat boy. And so the energy started to shift. And it went from constantly cracking jokes and talking shit to each other to now we still talk the same pro-black conversation, relationships, and life, but it was less of jokes. It was just more not him cracking jokes on me. I was still cracking jokes on him, but he wasn't cracking jokes on me. It was just like good conversation, which I didn't have no problem with either. But I was like, cool. So throughout December, we would just still talk a couple of times a week or what have you. December 2020, Rashard and I went to Alabama, to my hometown, for Christmas. If y'all can remember, we had a good time for Christmas and we went live on YouTube. Do y'all remember the night we went live on YouTube right here? Y'all remember this? I'm sober now, so I'm 100% sober. And Rashard is drunk and getting on my motherfucking nerve.
I'm 100%.
I'm finna go down here. I'm finna go down here in the lobby and see what the front desk girl talking about. We finna just talk about life.
It'd be funny if you go down there and look for the front desk girl, and then you go and find LaTroy.
I won't finna say something disrespectful, but I'm not gonna say it. So I hope y'all have a Merry Christmas. Y'all go watch our cooking video for the day. We trying to buy a house and get a porch when we get the house, so we need about another 1,000 more views for make our quota for the month for our paycheck for YouTube be good this month.
Or we have 10.5. We got 10.5 thousand subscribers. If y'all send $1 a piece,
Ooh,
we will be set.
right.
We will be set for that down payment.
But anyway, Merry Christmas, and we will see y'all. I got great Wi-Fi. My niece said she got great Wi-Fi.
Well, we don't need just fine.
Right. But we will see y'all tomorrow, hood folks, and that's all I got to say. Ain't got nothing else to say. You got anything you want to add?
Yes.
Oh, God.
If you haven't already, hood folks, or if you're a brand new hood folk, welcome to our...
Man, look at you.
You keep moving it. I tell you to leave it alone. Anyway, if y'all new to the channel, like, comment, and if y'all haven't subscribed, subscribe, so you have to get notified whenever we come up with lives like this or new content that we put up on our page. And if you are new to this channel, guess what you can do? Go and watch them videos, because I'm telling you, we're different. We're different from these other motherfuckers.
Oh, y'all.
We different.
Rashard, take your drunk ass to sleep. We'll see y'all tomorrow, hood folk. Push that ugly. It's after Christmas now.
After Christmas.
No.
So now you can push that ugly ass bell button to get notified whenever we put up new content on our page. Motherfuckers.
I miss my
didn't cuss.
motherfucker. I miss my webcam because I don't like holding the phone. Anyway, y'all like the room? Let me show y'all the room real fast. We out of here. Lester. Wait, I gotta get up, boy. Damn, I can't get up. Stop, fool. That's the bed. We finna be in that bed. We finna do nasty stuff. And it's got a big old couch back here. And then, what else? That's a mirror. That's my Duke right there. And that's it. Shit, ain't got nothing else to show. That's all. We got this.
Shit, that is the mirror.
And look at this big ass desk right here. Can y'all see that? Wait, can you see it? It's junky as fuck. This big ass desk right here.
Long ass desk.
This big long ass desk. But anyway, we'll see y'all tomorrow, hood folks. Peace.
Hey, hold on. I gotta.
Man, come on, dude. Tell the folk Pete for real.
All right, hood folks.
Peace.
Y'all have a good night. Take care.
Give me a kiss. Oh, fuck you. See how you let me hanging? That's okay. When you go to sleep.
How many times have you left my balls hanging in your mouth?
When you go to sleep, cheating in the next room.
What next room? Ain't no room.
A room back here. There's a room back here.
What, this room?
Behind the wall. Making plans to
Ain't nobody over there.
Talking softly on the telephone. Anyway, y'all, I'm through. I'm finna stop bullshitting y'all. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Peace.
Oh my.
See how Rashard was rated with it. Anyway, Rashard, one thing about Rashard I can't stand, and I'm telling you to your face, Rashard, as you edit this video out. Rashard take too long in the bathroom. If Rashard go in the bathroom at 1 o'clock, it's gonna be 2 o'clock before he come out the bathroom. How? Why? Why do a person need to be in the bathroom for an hour? The bathroom is one of the most nastiest places. I hate the bathroom. If I had a wish, I wish I could take a pill and I didn't have to never go in the bathroom. Like, I don't stink. I don't have to go to the bathroom. I hate going to the bathroom. But anyway, Rashard in the bathroom. The whole time we was on that live y'all just seen, Boots was texting the hell out of me. Hit me up, man. What you doing? Text me, call me. What's up? And so I was like, okay. After we got off that live, I had hit him up and I said, what's going on, man? And he was like, he told me he had a good Christmas. He had fun. He enjoyed his family. Blah, blah, this and that, right? Cool. And he said, I need to talk to you about something. Where's Rashard? I said, Rashard is in the shower, man. He said, how long he gonna be in there? I'm like, man, you could talk to tomorrow. Rashard's slow ass take forever in the bathroom. He said, you sure? I said, I'm sure. So then he started to tell me, like, he said, man, for the past 3 months, I've been socializing with you. I've enjoyed our conversation. You've become a good friend, somebody that I like to talk to, somebody that I can just crack jokes with, and I get a good vibe with you. You just crazy as hell. And so I'm replying back jokes. I'm saying, oh, sunshine, you cool with me, right? You cool with me, 10 o'clock in the morning, bright sunshine face. He's like, Jeremy, just chill. Let me talk. So he talking to me being serious the whole time. I'm kind of buzzed up from that live stream and I'm cracking jokes. And he kept telling me, chill out. So eventually he said, I want to tell you this. He said, I never in my life thought I would like big men. And I don't even like big men like that, but I never thought I would be attracted to a big guy. And so in my mind, I'm thinking that he finna tell me that he done met a fat boy and he like a fat boy, and I'm finna get ready to crack jokes about this fat son of a bitch. I'm getting ready to crack jokes about this big blanket back motherfucker. But it wasn't that. He said, oh, but you have become real, real cool with me. And he said, man, I know that this is Christmas, and I have not drunk nothing today. I haven't had any alcohol. I haven't done nothing. I'm sober, 100% sober. But he said, man, I caught feelings for you heavy. And I know that you and Rashard been together for so long. And I know that I'm overstepping my boundaries, but I just want to let you know that I really got strong feelings for you. Like, it's to the point where I think I'm falling in love with you. And I like, what? And it was like, huh? It was just like, wait, what? Because listen, if you and I have developed a friendship, it could never go there. If me and you meet each other and we say we're gonna be friends that lead to stuff, then it could go there. But if we start off as you my friend and we friends, it ain't going there, and it's not gonna go there because I'm not gonna be attracted to you sexually because I'm just not. So I was dumbfounded and I was like, what? And I said, man, I just can't, I don't even see how. You like pretty boys, you like light-skinned dudes, you like dudes that go to the gym a lot of days of the week, that overdress and stuff. You know how I dress with city trend clothes and cheap clothes and stuff. My teeth crooked, I get my hair cut once a month. I'm not your type. And he just like, fuck all that. He said, your soul, who you are, the person who you are, that's what I want. I done been on so many dates with different people, and it's been the same person, but they ain't you. They ain't got what you are. Like, I like what you are. And I just don't get it. And he just said, I just want you to think about this. I don't want you to put too much on it. I just want you to think about this. And I'm sorry if I offended you, but I just want you to think about this. And I got on the phone with him, like I said. Rashard came at the bathroom, and I was just sitting on the bed, just looking crazy in the face. And Rashard like, what the fuck wrong with you? You know, Rashard still buzzed up from being drunk as hell. And I told him what was up. And Rashard instantly got sober. I'm like, was you really drunk? Fake bitch. But he instantly got sobered up. And I was like, oh my God, I just can't believe it. What the fuck? And so he told me, no, you can't talk to this dude no more. You gotta block him. You gotta block him. And I was like, what the fuck? I was just dumbfounded and feeling weird. Like, how did they even get there? I never saw any signs for real. When 2021 came in, we did this video right here about the Doritos and about these oatmeal cereal. Y'all, when we did them videos that day, I was so sad. Not like sad, like I got somebody that wanted to date me and then not like that, but sad like a friendship. Because I had asked y'all earlier on YouTube earlier that summer with the first guy, how do you get over a friendship breakup? Nothing emotional, not no sexual emotional, none of that kind of stuff, but just somebody that you connect with, because people today ain't really getting no connection with people. Y'all, people are not really getting connection. And if you really get a good connection with a person that y'all can relate to each other, that's a strong bond to have. And so I was feeling down that day. That day we did that video right here, I was feeling down as fuck that day. So fast forward on to my birthday, March 2021. I was sitting at the apartment and I got a notification from the front office that our package is at the front office for me. So I'm rushing down to the front office because I'm like, I got a package. I ain't ordered them, but maybe Rashard got me something for my birthday. So I get to the front office, get the package, get back home, and open the package up, and lo and behold, it was these boots right here. And I'm like, wait, what? And so I'm looking at who they from, and I'm like, Boots sent me these boots. Mind you, Boots been blocked on my phone since Christmas of 2020. So I'm sitting there saying, damn, that's kind of weird. Why would he send me these boots? So I was like, golly, do I call this dude? Do I call him? So I eventually ended up calling him at work. Dude told his supervisor he needed to go take a call. It's an emergency or what have you. So I was like, bro, you know you sent me boots, right? He said, oh, Jeremy, I know that. He said, it's so good to hear your voice. And then he got to talking about why he bought me these boots. He's like, well, I knew your birthday was coming up, and I knew you was looking for these boots around Black Friday, and I just wanted to do something nice for you for your birthday. Look how I'm sweating. Do something nice for you for your birthday. And then that's when he got to telling me some more stuff. He said after he got off the phone with me Christmas night, he felt so bad, but he also got so drunk that he didn't know what to do. He just like, he had so many emotions that he didn't know how to explain. And then he said the next day he texted me and I didn't text him back. And he said the next day he texted me again. I didn't text him back, and that just broke his heart. That just broke him down. He felt so bad that he know that our friendship was over with, because when he called my phone and it was blocked, he knew he was blocked. Then he knew what was up. Long story short, what really solidified the emotions for him is he told me that he met a lot of men off sites, off whatever. He would drive to Charlotte, he would drive to Atlanta, he would drive all the way down to Florida one time to meet somebody. And he said that all these men he met, none of these men ever checked on him and asked him, have he made it home safely, because they didn't give a fuck about him. He said, I would go see all these dudes, spend all this money and time. None of them ever gave a fuck about me like that. The night when I came to your house and you text me after I got home, asking me was I okay, and you just my friend, bro, that did something to me. When I saw how you had fixed that food for Rashard for him to go to work, that did something for me. But he said, most of all, when we were sitting there talking at your house, and I was just looking at your face, and I saw how cute you look, and I was just looking at how crazy you are, how you just don't give a fuck. And I was just like, oh man, I want this dude so bad. And he wanted to talk about, I want to kiss you then at your apartment, but I knew that was very across the line. I'm glad he didn't, because I was like, man, that's weird. Get back, man. We probably got to fight, because I'm just telling y'all for real. If me and your friend, I'm not going, I don't want to go there. And plus, me and Rashard do enough. I'm wild. I'm drained, bitch. But anyway, so when he told me those feelings, that they are still accurate and valid today, that he hate that he told me so soon, that he wished he would have just gradually put it on me. But I'd rather for him to overtly tell me to my face, don't covertly. You know what I'm saying? Covert, overt. So we talked for a little while longer on the phone, and he did apologize to Rashard for disrespecting our relationship, and Rashard said he accepted the apology. The last time me and Boots talked was 2023, and he told me that he still have little feelings for me. He think about me a lot, but it's best that me and him don't talk to each other, don't socialize with each other, because it's gonna be awkward, which I agreed to too. But the purpose of me telling y'all this video is, y'all, when I tell y'all, and when you single, you don't start out with money and looks. You start out with somebody that you can trust and who you like. That's it. Because when you start out with money and looks, that shit fade away. And what's there after y'all done had a lot of sex? What's there after y'all done fucked and been shopping and went on trips and bought stuff? What's left? You gotta be stuck with these people every day. If you don't like a person, it don't matter how much money they got and how good their sex is. If you don't like them and you don't trust them, it ain't gonna last. So the moral of this whole video is somebody fell in love with me, again, weird, because they found out what kind of person who I am. So Rashard, as you edit this video out, you should be lucky. You got me. I got you, babe. But that's all hood, folks. Anyway, so like I said, the day is September the 11th, and I'm feeling eerie. I'm finna let Rashard edit this video out, and I'm finna go chill out. Y'all, I hope y'all enjoyed this story time. I told this story real fast. The original one was longer. I told a lot of more details, but I had to make this video shorter than the other video, you know what I'm saying? So thank y'all for watching. I see y'all next time. I'm hot. I'm just sitting here talking on the phone with all these lights in the face. Get these damn lights off. Cut these goddamn lights off. Let me cut these lights off. Anyway, like the video, comment, and subscribe. And in the comments, tell me, how would you have handled a situation like that? And I'll see y'all next time. Whew. Cut these lights off. I'm hot. Woo, I can have them lights hot. I'll see y'all here, folks.